Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick look here at Solana, seeing what's going on. We're looking at a pretty dire situation here. In other words, not fantastic. We're breaking down. We broke below this trend line. We're coming back down to retest this lower support at $85. If that doesn't hold, we're probably going to see further downside. Again, not saying the sky is falling by any stretch, but profits are being taken right now. Bitcoin's pulling back. We might even see that CMA gap at 39.3 filled for Bitcoin. So just some friendly advice here. Keep your head on a swivel and try not just to be one of those kind of crazy folk that just takes long positions all day long and just keeps on retrying all the time, all right? So either way you look at it here, let's go ahead and double check a few key factors with Solana and see what's going on here. So we'll double check the backend data here first and see how we're looking for liquidation. My speculation is that lower level got swept pretty hard, but again, there wasn't a ton of liquidation when we talked about this yesterday. So truth is, unless we zoom into the 12-hour time frame, we'll see here that there's still a pretty heavy amount of shorts there at about $96, which are justifiably so. If we take a look at this $85 range, there's a decent amount of volume there at about 84.5, but generally speaking, a lot of shorts have gotten liquidated here. Let's take a look at the 12 hours though, and just kind of see roughly what that looks like here, because again, this is a little bit better of a telling situation here for us, because we are, we kind of had to zoom in a little bit further, but you can see, yeah, $85, pretty heavy amount of longs here at 85. I'd be concerned if I had a long at 85 personally. While this price could bounce off this level, definitely possible, it's still likely for the price to continue lower for Bitcoin. So since Solana hasn't proven to become independent of Bitcoin or be very strong compared to, it's probably safe to presume the price is going to go ahead and move down with it, right? So again, different strategies for different folks. If you firmly believe that Bitcoin's going to recover at 40,000, 41K, then different story altogether. Feel free to take a long here, but there's nothing really telling us on the daily time frames, 4-hour time frames, that Bitcoin is bullish by any stretch. It's massively overextended and will likely continue lower with all this manipulation in the market. So what does that mean for Solana? Let's see what's going on here. Hope for the best, expect the worst, right? That's exactly the case here. And what we can see is we're below a pretty significant amount of volume, okay? So being below that volume profile is pretty scary. Really just implies here that this lower level here at about 93 is going to be a strong resistance. So the price does come back up. I think that'd be a decent shorting opportunity closer to 92, 93. I already mentioned in previous videos that you're more likely to find profit taking shorts than you are taking longs at this market right now. So just some friendly advice, if you're going to consider shorting, you'll probably have a statistical probability of more success than you would taking a long. Okay, so just be careful taking longs right now. The probability of Solana going to the moon at this point is pretty low. Most coins are in the same boat. Bitcoin's pulling back. It's going to come down with it. Okay. So again, all the more reason just to buy these dips and to continue adding to your position if this is a coin that you want to invest in long term. Between now and then, let's take a look at this here. So daily time frame, MACD is picking up momentum. Stochastic RSI is still swinging down. Traditional RSI below 50. MFI above 50. So the general consensus here is that we've got like 3 out of 4, 9 out of 10 reasons, if you will, for the price action to not go up and to likely continue down. What I mean by that here is if we take a look at the simple moving average, we can see that it's now going to be above us here, right there, that $90 mark, that 0.786 fib, and that there's a solid chance that the price action will reject off that level if the price comes back up. Okay, so I would say 90 is between 90 and 93. That'll be the new resistance shelf for us. Okay, so we got to be mindful of this little area. If the price were to come back and try to rally back. Keep in mind, Bitcoin could retest 41,000, 41,600, the most recent resistance level or previous support turned resistance. And at this point, we could see a very similar scenario here for 90 to 93. So to me, I'm going to be prepping my shorts between 90 and 93 for Solana. That's kind of what I'm feeling here so far. Again, this is just based on the daily time frame. You don't take trades on that one thing here, but you can tell that the price action is pulling back pretty hard. So we did lose this most recent low here at $87. We've wicked down 12 hours in a row, essentially below 87. That leads us to believe that that is not really a good support level anymore, okay? It never really was. It was just a small candle wick here to fill that lower liquidity level, but generally speaking, now that we've filled that, we could see a slight relief rally here because this level of liquidity here is satisfied, and in turn, we could see a run back up to 93. So I'd be prepared for, Bitcoin stabilizes, it doesn't go any lower, for Solana to try to recover back to the low 90 range. If so, to me, again, still considering leaning more towards a short in the low 90s, upper 80s. Having said that, we can see here stochastic RSI is bottomed out, trying to swing upwards, but hasn't yet. Money flow index is low, and traditional RSI is at 30. This is typically a good sign for entry for a long position as far as a relief rally is concerned. I don't think it's going to be, you don't need to hold it for long. So hypothetically, you take a long position now, you move your stop loss higher as the profit goes up. That's generally what you're going to be doing. You're not going to be taking a long position, walking away from your computer or your phone and just letting it ride, okay? That's not what the market is right now for longs. Shorts, you can probably do that. Right now, though, if you do take a long based on this overextension, a potential bounce play here, you might find some success. You just need to make sure and ensure you find profit targets on the way out. So what, 88, 89, 90, something along those lines would be appropriate instead of just letting it ride and go to the moon, okay? Trust me, folks, the moon is not present, okay? This is not the case right now. I don't care how much you love this coin or any other coin. It's just not probable in the current market conditions. So again, detach yourself from an emotional bias to any coin and just think logically. Is there reasons for this price to recover? I would say no. That's just me personally. I've watched, man, the amount of charts I've analyzed over my life, I can only speculate it's in the hundreds of thousands. And in that time, I can tell you that these type of trends have a tendency of continuing lower. Now, we are at an 8 on TT sequential, right? So we've been moving 32 hours in the same direction without recourse. So there is potential for relief rally. That's why this exists here with RSI bouncing off 30 and money flow index bouncing off 20. I wouldn't be surprised we see a little bit of a relief rally. All the more reason why I'm not going to jump into a short right now, and I'm looking for a short a little later. Okay. Now, can that change? Can that narrative change here? Yes, of course. Obviously, I'm not just going to blindly jump into a short if we come up to 90, 93. But I'm more leaning towards that because we're below all moving averages. Everything is literally telling us the price wants to come down, and we're below some key level resistances. All right, so keep that in mind. We did wick all the way down to 85.6. We are back up to roughly 86.6. So you can see that little bit of relief coming through here. Again, keep in mind Bitcoin is pushing back to 41,000, trying. So again, 41 to 41.6 is my area of potential for shorts. In other words, I'm looking for confirmation on Bitcoin to take a short. But look at this here. This is not good. This price wicks down to 87, comes back down to 87, bounces, and we lost that level. We can presume 87 might be the new resistance. So we got some resistances here, 87, 90, and 93. Really easy round numbers there, every $3, okay? So those would be good considerations for short targets on the way down. And at this point here, I think it's pretty safe to say that we're going to continue to lose some levels here. So let's double check one last thing. Of course, you know where I'm going with this, but the Ichimoku cloud. Long story short here is that we got a pretty solid amount of resistance level there. We can see between 91 and 93 is where the largest amount of volume is there for the cloud. So generally speaking, again, I would say that 90 to 93 is a really good shorting opportunity for this coin. So that's kind of where I'm leaning more towards. You could get in now, you can get in later, honestly, but I think shorts are in play. And if we lose 85, it's absolutely 100% likelihood we're going to see the price action drop below that level to at least this lower $80 range. So I think 80 is probable if we lose 85. That's pretty much where we're at. Again, $80 is the most recent resistance level, and it's going to likely be the new support until it isn't. Okay, so I'll go ahead and post our playout charts on Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. Do me a favor, hit the like button on this video. Really help the algorithm, because YouTube kind of sucks with getting these videos recommended to others. So I deeply appreciate you watching. Thank you again so much for your support. We'll look forward to seeing the next video. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Take care.